So everything I do is in 90 days. You can join the
wow.
course and you can finish it in 90 days, right?
And be fluent enough to have conversations.
The
Wow.
conversations in the scenarios that I teach you, and pretty much to use everywhere else in life. I'm telling you, it's so good, y'all. It's so good. And people think like, really, am I going to be fluent in 90 days? So let's talk about it.
So, where did you learn your Spanish?
Oh, wow. Ooh, hace muchos años, many years ago, I started with a business degree at the University of Louisiana at Monroe. So I'm from Louisiana, and I was a business major. And when I got to college, they were like, you need 2 years of a foreign language to major in business. I was like, okay, I've had Latin, I've had French, I'm going to take Spanish. And I just pulled it out, just like that, just made that decision and started taking classes in undergrad. And I wanted to minor in Spanish, and I ended up graduating and working for a mortgage company. And this was like early 2000s when everybody in the U.S. started outsourcing, right? They started opening up businesses abroad and, competing with, U.S. workers, right? We were talking about, we're losing our jobs. They're putting them overseas. Remember that talk? Well, my company was doing the same thing, and they had opened up an office in Venezuela. And so they had this whole division dedicated to people who already worked for the company who spoke Spanish. And I said, oh, I want to work over there because that was going to be more money. I was a mom, right? I went back to school. They paid for it, and I got my bachelor's in Spanish, and the rest is history.
Okay, that is awesome.
Well, I have to tell that story because I think people forget, in order to be able to help business owners, I myself was a business management major, and I've worked with so many business owners across different industries that it just started making more sense to me. Oh, I see where the gaps are, right? I see how you can use Spanish in your business, and then I can show you how to learn in less time than it took me, right? You don't have to go to school for 4 years. And I also studied abroad in Costa Rica and in Peru.
Okay, that is wonderful. So tell us a little bit about your format. Is it online, in person? Is it a hybrid?
It's online and it's hybrid. Yes.
Okay.
Because we're all busy. And remember, I have people who are domestic and I have folks who are international. So it's hybrid. So with the course, you can log in anytime you want because I'm on Central. I have clients who are on Pacific, people who are on Eastern, and like I said, people who are outside of the U.S. And as long as you have access to a computer, you can log in, you can start learning. And the reason why we say it's hybrid is it's not just you learning on your own. It's not just you in a program, right? We meet bi-weekly every month so that we can have time to practice and communicate and build that community. And so you get coaching from me. It's like group coaching.
Okay.
You get to ask questions. I check your homework. There's so much inside the course because I'm an educator. I spent, 16 years in the classroom. And I knew that the way adults learn, you don't have 2, 3, 4 years to learn a language. You need to learn now. So everything I do is in 90 days. You can join the course and you can finish it in 90 days, right?
And be fluent enough to have conversations.
The conversations in the scenarios that I teach you, and pretty much to use everywhere else in life. I'm telling you, it's so good, y'all. It's so good. And people think like, really, am I going to be fluent in 90 days? So let's talk about it. I call it situational fluency.
Okay. Like a situationship.
Exactly. So for example, I'm not a rocket scientist, so I'm not going to teach you any Spanish about being a rocket science. I'm going to teach you the Spanish you need. What do we need it for? We need it for travel. We need it for everyday life. We need it for relationships. We need it for family and friends. I teach you the Spanish that you need. And it's so good. I'm so proud of it. It's so just, every time we meet, I look at these beautiful Black women, doctors, attorneys, project managers, people in the medical field, folks in real estate, wherever they're from, right? Just all gathering together, sisterhood, just excited to see each other and to practice their Spanish. And everybody's on different levels.
Right.
But at the end, everybody should be at the same level because we've all gone through the same process, right? So it's so good.
Awesome. So does everybody get there? Or do you have a few
Betty,
that look as
honey,
no?
Listen, you know everybody don't get there. And I'll be like, listen, if y'all don't log in to this course, because let's talk about that. I'm glad you said that.
Yes, because people may think, oh, I'm going to do this, and that, and then you don't have a syllable right.
It's so, well, no. It's so personal. Learning a language is so personal. And then I think for some folks, they bring in stories from their past, like, oh, I'm not good at Spanish, or I'm not a good student, or my teacher in high school was, whatever. They have all these blocks. And so to help them with that, one of the things I actually do before you get started learning in the course is I go over mindset, right? I also have a section where I help them create their schedule. So I do everything I can to make sure you start off on the right foot and you keep going on the right foot. But, some people have asked me, say, can you guarantee I'm going to be fluent? I said, well, can I guarantee you going to come to class? Can I guarantee you as a grown-up are going to log in and do the process? I said, if you do the process, then you will have so much more Spanish than you would trying to teach yourself with these apps, trying to buy everything, find everything on the internet, like people have been doing. I have some people who've been like, I've been trying to learn Spanish for 10 years. I'm like, sweetie, stop it. Come on over here. It's all in one place, everything you need. And, just get the help and the support. So I don't guarantee people are going to be fluent. What I guarantee is that my stuff works. And if you go through the process, I got you. And what's so funny is I check in on my students because I love to, like I said, I was an educator. I used to have 200 kids a year, 200 students a year. And I'd have 30-something kids in the classroom. I knew where every last one of those kids were. I could look at them, hear them, tell what they needed. I do that same thing with my adult clients. So I can tell if you've been doing the work. I can tell where you are. I can tell where you're stuck. Right. And those are the benefits of having somebody like me who has a master's in Spanish literature, not just an undergrad, right? Who's taught university, who's worked with, business owners, who's taught, native speakers, and I've done diversity, equity, and inclusion training. So you're getting the real deal when you work with Spanish for Black girls. And I keep going over that because I want people to know that it's not, oh, I didn't just like Spanish and I thought I'd teach other people. No, I'm a certified educator, right? With all of the credentials that we need. And I've been doing this a long time. So when I say I can teach you the Spanish you need in 90 days, honey, let's go. Let's go.